This is Kathy Jones at Newsweek.com. I'm standing in downtown New York near Wall Street, where a group of protesters has swelled from about 50 people to nearly 200 for an afternoon protest against the government's proposed plan to offer $700 billion in bailout money. It started out as an email appeal for people to gather and protest. There's been a lot of complaints in congressional offices, and now they seem to be spilling out on Main Street.
Our tax dollars should go to health care. They should go to education.
If this bailout happens, what do you think the after effects of it are going to be on ordinary Americans?
On ordinary Americans, as anyone out there is suffering today, as anyone out there is struggling to make ends meet, to pay their mortgage, to pay their rent, and we're going to look at an average of $2,300 out of our back pocket to go to pay for this bailout?
It's not their money, it's our money. It's ridiculous.
It looks like the crowd is swelled to easily more than 500 people. They're headed on a march to Wall Street.
It's very exciting to see the people speak, right out in the street.
I've been down here about 22 years. I'm the old timer. And Corazon came from Goldman, so did Paulson. They were all customers once upon a time.
How do you feel about Wall Street and all this? What do you think their role is? What could they have done better? Or
it's not only Wall Street, it's just big business in general, in that the bigger guys getting these here $1 million bailouts and these golden parachutes. I don't believe in any of that. None whatsoever. I think it's ridiculous the amount of money that's spread around here amongst a very few people. There's an awful lot of very hard-working people in Wall Street. That's the backbone of this country.
I'm standing here before a packed Wall Street. It's quite a big crowd and a loud crowd. It's just kind of interesting that this has become an issue that both Republicans and Democrats are kind of agreeing on in this election. Do you sort of see that happening?
I do. I think that it's also an opportune time to have there's a common problem now that both parties could embrace, and I think it's a little bit of a abuse of a situation. I know there's a time restriction with regard to more damage being done, but I would like to have seen more time spent. It seems to be a little bit too abrupt a decision. I think my lifestyle is going to have to change with regard to budget cuts and managing my money a little bit differently. The money that was spent and all the mistakes that were made, I didn't have any benefit from, so it's a little bit disturbing.